today I'm gonna do a different video. I don't know why it was so hard for me to say that, but I'm gonna do a different sort of video. I'm gonna be getting ready to do a YouTube video, okay, because your girl ain't going nowhere. But right after this, I'm gonna make a fragrance video, but I want to do my makeup, and hopefully we could talk. I don't even know what I want to talk about. I always have things on my mind, so this should be no problem for me. I'm a talkative person, you know, but only if I trust you. I'm gonna start out with my brows. I'm getting kind of like not that good. Like I noticed that ever since I came back to YouTube, for those of you guys who don't know, I took a year off from doing YouTube videos. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching my videos and my makeup been looking a little iffy. But that's how makeup kind of is though. Like, you have to keep at it, you have to practice in order to get the good outcome. Because I don't know if my shade changed. I'm not really one of those people who need a different foundation throughout the year. I pretty much stay the same. So I don't know. It's, you know, it's a skill that you have to work at. Hopefully it comes out okay today. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I'm doing what I always kind of do. I don't take a lot of risk with my makeup. When I do my makeup, my intention is not to look like a different person. I want to look like me. But like, you know, me with a, you know, better complexion, more popping eyes, potty lips. I don't know if that makes any sense. Which is why makeup is so fun, you know? Today is February 15th actually. So yesterday was Valentine's Day. Did y'all do anything? Are you guys booed up? Like let me know. Are you guys married? Single? You're in situationships? I hope not. I hope not. I've done that. And back in my day when I was single, they weren't called situationships. They weren't really called anything actually. But we've all, well, I'm not going to say all, because I'm sure some people have their life together. I mean, a lot of us has been in situations that we have no business being in, you know? But thank God I got that out of my system when I was younger, and now I have better sense, and thank God I'm no longer on the market. To be honest, I'm not really completely lucky in dating, so I'm so glad that I got married and I don't have to look anymore and all that good stuff, because I attract weirdos and losers. I swear to God, like, something on my forehead says, if you're a loser, get at me, because it don't even make no sense. But guys, I want to know what y'all did for Valentine's Day. For me, it was good. It was nice. It started out like a normal day. I did my regular routine. I did some cleaning, which I did. I'm probably gonna upload me cleaning my apartment. So I did some cleaning and took my kids to school. So I did my regular routine, but my husband came home. He bought me flowers, and then when we put the kids down, we had a nice romantic night. So it was very nice. He actually called me just now to tell me that, you know, he can't stop thinking about last night. And girls, that's what you want to do. Keep you on their minds, okay? Even when you're married, like, don't get lazy, you know? So he deadass called me to say, man, I can't stop thinking about last night. When you're married, you can't stop doing little things like that. You know, marriage is, like, difficult. You know, so yeah. But yeah, guys, let me know what your situation is. Let me know if you're single, you're married, you're in a situationship type of situation, and let me know what you did. Like, you know, even if you're a side chick, let me know. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Are you? Oh, that's so inappropriate. I'm sorry, but you know, some people are side chicks. you know, you're on the side and maybe you're okay with it. Maybe you're not. I don't know. But if you are, make sure that you're comfortable with that. If you are in a situation where you're not being prioritized, you're not number one, and that's not what you want, you have to make that known. It shouldn't even have to be a discussion, to be honest, because if someone really cares about you, they want you all the time, not just sometime or when it's convenient. I know when you're in love, that's hard to fathom because a part of you think, oh, he must love me or she must love me if she wants me in her life. Like, people don't always work like that. Some people are greedy, you know? Some people are greedy. But, you know, guys, I want to get a little bit into what's been going on with me. And, you know, some of the challenges that I face and whatnot. Okay, so my brows look okay. So I'm just going to put this over my lid. So, guys, let's talk a little bit about, you know, what's been going on with me. Like, what's been going on with me? And, like, why did I just disappear like that? First of all, let me just be completely honest, okay? It started out with a lot of issues, like, between myself and my husband. Oh, hell nah. Why do people want to reach out when you're being, like, super productive? What's going on? When you have nothing better to do, no one calls you. So, yeah, so, like I was saying, guys, so it started out, you know, with me and my husband just, like, having issues, like, just a bunch of issues that I can't even get into, because one thing I know for sure is that romantic relationships, like, they're up and down, okay? And the last thing I want to do is come out here airing out my dirty laundry, and the next thing you know, me and my husband is all, like, getting along and all that good stuff, which a lot of times happens. You know, me and my husband, we speak 2 different languages. When we just met, I didn't realize that we spoke 2 different languages, because, you know, when you meet someone and you're really into them, you know, the attraction level is high, you know, you're doing a lot of fun stuff and it's new and you don't want to offend people, you don't want to ask personal questions, and you're just going with the flow, because, you know, with women, especially black women, a lot of times, I mean, we have to be careful. Like, we have to tread very lightly, because we could come off very aggressive, very negative. Not to say I'm like that, but I'm not beyond, like, being on my best behavior and avoiding certain topics when I'm new to a situation, you know? And I think everyone does that to an extent, because everyone just wanna everyone wanna, you know, tread lightly. People are just kind of nervous about bringing up things that may rub the other person wrong, because we don't know how people feel about certain topics. And this is mainly when you really like someone. That's when you really feel like that. First of all, me and my husband, we've been together for 13 years, going on 14. And we have 2 kids. We have a 13-year-old, but she's about to be 13, and we have one that's about to be 9. We have 2 girls. And, you know, in the beginning of the relationship, everything moved super fast. Wow, this is coming up very bright. I'm gonna have to tone it down with some brown. Yeah, so everything moves super fast. Like, my husband is super chill, and most people that comes in contact with my husband is gonna like him, because he's so cool, he's so easygoing, you know. But there are pros and cons to that, really. if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, so we speak two different languages. First of all, me, I'm highly communicative. So that's like on the top of my list when I'm looking for a mate. You have to be like super communicative. I'm just big on that. Like, and it doesn't even have to be anything crazy or serious. Like, I really like that. And I like people to tell me even the littlest, like the smallest detail is not annoying to me. Like, give me all the details. The more, the better. And my husband is quite the opposite. I'm gonna put these lashes on. So I think it's very important for us to talk about our past traumas with the people that we're gonna get into a situation with, just so that person could better understand why it is that you do the things that you do or not do the things that you don't do. Does that make sense? Because it could be very problematic if you don't. You know, me, I talk about all my traumas. Like, I enjoy talking about my traumas because it's like therapy for me. But not everybody's like that. You have some people that don't like to talk about anything bad, anything negative, anything that's just gonna make them feel like sad or down or worried or anything like that. And I get that. Because sometimes it's all about timing too. Sometimes, you know, I don't want to talk about what's bothering me. It could be for a different amount of reasons too. It could be because maybe I'm going to be too emotional and I'm not in the mood to cry, or I don't want to be vulnerable in that moment. You know, it could be just a bunch of stuff. But yeah, his lack of communication, like, presented like a lot of issues, you know. But I love my husband and I'm willing to see him through, just as though I would want him to see me through if the shoe were on the other foot. Because last night actually, I thought about it. I'm like, what if something were to happen and my husband like just jump ship, you know? And I freaked out a little bit, girl. I was like, I didn't realize I had it this bad. You know, because when you're in a relationship, especially a long-term commitment like I have with my husband, sometimes you take them for granted. You just think they're always going to be there. They're never going to leave, especially when they're very expressive with how they feel about you. Like, my husband is super, like, expressive. And sometimes I feel as though I could do a little bit more work in that category, because I'm not super expressive with how I feel. Like, I'm a logical person. Like, I'll talk about the things that are bothering me and the things that could make our relationship better and what we should be doing next. Like, I'm very good at that. But when it comes on to emotional stuff, like, not emotional stuff, like romantic stuff, I guess I'm not a romantic person and I don't really show like a lot of affection. I guess that's the better term. I'm not like super affectionate. And you know what? My husband, he doesn't let it like freaking bother him. Like, I allow things to bother me, like, you know, and sometimes I think I don't look at that. And that's the reason why, like, I mean, that's just one of the many reasons that I stayed away from YouTube for a while. But I had to do some really deep reflection, because it's easy to point the finger, you know? It's easy to say, you're not doing this and you're not doing that and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes if you're honest with yourself, you'll realize that there's a lot of things that you're not doing, or you're not saying, or, you know, you're not communicating, or whatever. So sometimes it's good to reflect. You know, another big thing for me in relationships, taking responsibility for your actions. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard. I know that. But, you know, it takes maturity and growth to come to the point where you could take responsibility for the wrong that you do or for the hurt that you cause. You know, it's easy to, and it doesn't even have to be in romantic situations. It could be any, like, friendships. It could be, you know, at work. You know, have you ever, like, worked with someone that is never wrong? That shit is annoying. You don't want to be that person. So it's very important to take responsibility for your actions or just anything when you're in a relationship. And for me, honestly, I'm forgiven. You take responsibility, I'm open to anything. Like, honestly, like, there's not much I can't understand. Just be open with me and take accountability. Let me know that you know what you did is wrong or was wrong, you know? But don't walk around here acting like you hot shit and, you know, you can't see what you're doing that is wrong, or you're finding excuses as to why, you know, you did what you did. So you're trying to justify bad behavior. I hate that. And we all do that. And that's exactly what I'm saying. It's easy to point these characteristics out in people, but if you have them too, like, you need to do something about that. So, I think me and my husband, we shadow each other a lot in some ways. Like, some things that really, like, some things that I don't like about him, I see in myself, and sometimes I feel like a hypocrite, you know. And sometimes I think, you know, maybe I don't want to open up too much, but sometimes I think I use him as my punching bag type of situation. It's not like a punching bag, but I'll, like, for example, like, he'll do something, or, like, yeah, say for example he does something and I'm like, why would you do that? But it's kind of like the same thing I would have done, but because it's him that did it, it's like, am I making any sense? Excuse me. So, yeah, sometimes, you know, what we also have to watch in our relationship is hypocritical behavior. You know, so we're knocking our partner for things that we know we do too. You know, I do that. I'm not gonna lie, but at least I know I do it, and I'm trying to change that. You know, and I think there's not one person on earth that is not hypocritical, because it's so easy to point the finger. It is so easy to point the finger and make judgment, you know. Ooh, I think I went overboard with this thing here, but I'm gonna fix it. Ooh. Let's get it together. Sometimes it's okay to say, you know, honey, I do that too. I have the same thoughts. I've done that thing before. Instead of just beating them up about what they did, let them know that you understand. And if it's something that you already overcame, let them know how you overcame it, you know? Another very important thing for me is trust. Shit, like, being in a relationship with someone that you don't trust, I don't even think it makes any sense. It's gonna make you miserable. I'm not saying that in relationships people aren't gonna do things and you're not gonna lose the trust. And that's one of the hardest things about marriages too, is like, you could always divorce. You could leave your partner, you know, I'm not saying you can't, but what if that's not the choice you want to make? What if that's not what you think is best? What if you think, you know, whatever the person did is redeemable? You know, you don't want people to give up on you. So, you know, if you're not being abused or anything like that, and you have it in your heart to forgive, I would say try to forgive. You know, sometimes it's hard because you're bombarded by the negative thoughts, and every time a situation comes up, you're like really triggered. I get it. So yeah, guys, that's just a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you guys about in regards to relationship and just what me and my husband has been going through. You know, let me know if you made it, like, successfully through problems throughout your relationship, your marriage, or just, you know, any relationship. It doesn't even have to be a romantic situation, because we all have family members too that drive us crazy. You know, where they do something so horrible, you can't believe their family. You're like, how can family do this? You know, I've been there. But, you know, for the first time in my life, I'm in therapy. And I never thought I would ever be in it. I always wanted to go to therapy. I always wanted to see what it was like. I always wanted a place that, you know, a safe place to talk about, you know, things that are on my mind. I've always kind of wanted to do that. When I started therapy, it wasn't about my relationship or anything like that. Weirdly enough, it was about, you know, me feeling anxious. Like last summer, for whatever reason, I became like anxious about like driving, of all things. It was weird. Like, I would take my kids to school and like feel anxious like in the mornings. Like, other times I'm fine, but in the mornings I would get super anxious and I just didn't know why. So I was like, you know what? Let me figure this out. Let's see what's going on. And at first I didn't call it anxiety, because I still to this day don't know what anxiety is. Because to me, I'm like, don't everybody have anxiety? Don't we all feel nervous? Like, when do we consider what we have anxiety? When do we start to diagnose ourselves with anxiety? Like, how is it different, you know? I don't know, maybe when it's like a chronic situation. I think my makeup is coming on fine. Yes, so I started to see a therapist because I was experiencing some anxiety. And she's a really, really nice therapist. Like, I feel completely like comfortable with her. She's super funny. I could tell she's not judgmental at all. She has a very modern outlook on things, so she's not like super old-fashioned. And like I said, I feel comfortable opening up to her, so that's good. But yeah, guys, so there's a lot of there's a lot of things that I could get into. Out of respect, I don't want to put my husband's business out there, because he doesn't put my business out there. So, and I wouldn't want him to. I would whoop his ass, you know? I mean, not literally, because I know some people take everything literally. It's a joke. It just means I will be like hurt for sure. Guys, so it was really nice having this talk with you guys. I don't even know if I'm gonna put up this video, to be honest, because I feel like it was all over the place. It's coming up way lighter here. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see y'all in my next upload. Bye.